Hi, and welcome to this beginner's guide to starting your very own crafting YouTube channel. I'm Mary from the IHC Craft Room, and in this video, I'm going to guide you through the essential steps to get started. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid foundation to launch your channel and share your creativity with the world. So, are you ready? Let's go!
This is Mary. Welcome to the IHC Craft Room.
In this video, I'm going to cover the following topics. Why start a crafting YouTube channel? Planning your channel, setting up your channel, content creation basics, the top 3 applications that I use to run my YouTube channel, essential equipment, overcoming camera shyness, and uploading and optimizing your videos. I launched my channel, the IHC Craft Room, about 11 months ago now, and I currently have 150 videos posted. The vast majority are shorts, but a big chunk of them are step-by-step tutorials as well. And to date, I have 255 subscribers. Trust me, you celebrate every single one. So, what does that mean? Am I monetized? Oh no, I definitely am not. To be monetized at this current time, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I am very, very far from that target as of right now. I am at the beginning of my YouTube journey. And unless I get to win the YouTube lottery, which is what I call it, when one of your videos goes viral and a bunch of people start subscribing, it's going to be a long road. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm also just at the beginning of my YouTube journey. So we're in this together.
First, let's talk about why you should start a crafting YouTube channel. Whether you're passionate about DIY projects, knitting, scrapbooking, or any other craft, sharing your creativity can be incredibly rewarding.
You can build a community and inspire others, and even monetize your content over time.
Plus, it's a fantastic way to document your projects and progress. I can 100% guarantee I would never have documented all of my pieces of work if not for this channel. I'd make them, sell them, gift them, or display them, but I never would have had this portfolio of work if not for my YouTube channel. Now, let's move on to planning your channel.
Planning is a crucial first step. You'll want to identify your niche and then define your target audience. So ask yourself what craft you enjoy doing most. Maybe it's DIY home decor or handmade jewelry. Focusing on a niche helps attract a dedicated audience.
Once you have your niche, think about who your videos are for. Are you targeting beginners, advanced crafters, or maybe a specific age group? Knowing your audience will guide your content creation and help you connect better with your viewers. Decide on the types of videos you'll produce. Will they be tutorials, vlog-style videos, product reviews? How about behind the scenes? How often will you post a video? And how will you maintain consistency with that schedule when life gets in the way? All of this is part of planning your channel. Now let's talk a little bit about setting up your channel. Now that you have a plan, it's time to set up your YouTube channel. If you don't already have a Google account, you'll need to create one. Once you're signed in, go to YouTube and create a new channel.
Choose a name that reflects your niche and is easy to remember. Then you can customize your page by adding a profile picture and a banner image. And you can leverage free tools like Canva in order to make those kinds of graphics. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Make sure that your page is inviting and professional. And when viewers land there, they'll know exactly what it's about. And that way they'll know that they're in the right place.
So, what about content creation? Creating engaging content is key to growing your channel. Start by brainstorming a list of video ideas related to your niche. Write down the main points you want to cover in each video. This will help you stay organized and focused.
When it comes to script writing, keep it simple and conversational. You can write down the main points, but don't worry about memorizing everything. It's more important that you speak naturally and connect with your audience.
Practice recording a few times before you start. This will help you feel more comfortable in front of the camera. And remember, your first videos don't have to be perfect. Just focus on getting started and improving over time. The best time to start is now. You'll never be more ready. Trust me, you've got this.
Okay, so you've identified your niche and you've defined your target audience and you've done some basic planning about what kind of videos you want to do. And at this point, maybe you've even done some recording. So how do you get from some random bits of recording to a final video that you can put out on your YouTube channel? You're going to need some editing software and you're going to need to learn some basic editing functions. Now, there's a ton of deep dive videos out there available, and there's a bunch of different softwares. Some are paid, some are free. It's totally up to you. Whatever blows your hair back and that you can master is what you should be using. But I'm going to show you what I use, and everything that I'm going to show you has a completely free option to it. It's a free tier. It's not even like a free trial. It's like a completely free tier that you can use. You can obviously upgrade and get better tools in most of these, but we're going to talk free today, okay? If that's okay with you. Okay, so the first thing I use the most of is my editing software, and that is Shotcut. I'm going to show you a very high level view of Shotcut right now. If you're interested in more of a deep dive, why don't you comment below and let me know, and maybe I'll just, come up with a video for that. The second software that I use the most of is for my script writing, and that's my Google Docs. It's a free, can't say it enough. So we're going to do a quick overview of that as well. And the third thing I'm going to show you is Canva. Canva is something that I use for every visual. Any thumbnail you see or anything related to visuals, one way or another, I've probably used Canva for it. So all three of these are free. I'm going to show you right now. Let's go.
This is the Shotcut interface. When I first started using this application, I found this really intimidating. So I'm going to give you a quick overview so that maybe it'll be less intimidating to you if you decide to use this program. Across the top, you'll see the quick access bar. There's a lot of different features available here, things that you're going to be using pretty frequently, like undo and save and open file. And then there's things that are a little bit more specific to Shotcut, like markers and keyframes. Over here on the right-hand side, there's different ways that you can view the interface. Each of them is specific to different ways of editing and things that you might want to focus on. But what we're going to be focusing on is the editing interface because this is where I spend most of my time. Over here on the left-hand side is the playlist. The playlist is kind of like the place where you store all of your files, like your file library. When you upload a file because you want to use it in the project that you're working on, it's going to show up here. If you click on this plus sign, it'll be added. And then you can play it here on the player that's right behind me. And you can use all these features beneath them like play, rewind, skip ahead, all that jazz. That's the player. Over here on the right-hand side is the jobs queue. This is where things are going to happen when you ask Shotcut to do something specific that it needs to do in the background, something where it's maybe manipulating a file or changing it in some way. This is where the job request will be stored. You're going to see it here. And across the side, you'll see that there is like a progress bar. It's going to progress and show you the percentage that's been completed. It's also going to give you an estimated timeline of how long it's going to take to complete the task. And once it's been completed, you'll see that there's a green check mark to let you know that it's done. Then here across the bottom is your timeline. The timeline is where you're going to be doing all of your editing. And what you'll do is drag a file down here and you'll see that it's going to create a track option for you. This is a video track and you can see that there's lots of things that you can do with it. In addition to a video track, you can add an audio track. And I'm going to do that manually and then pull my audio file down here and pop it in. And there's so many things that you can do in the timeline. This is where you're going to be doing all of the majority of your editing. You can remove audio. You can add audio. You can increase the volume. You can make a track brighter or dimmer. There's so many things you can do. This is also where you're going to be perhaps intersplicing two different video files, overlapping, giving a dissolve, a slide, different features. There's so much you can do. And this is where you're going to be doing it. So that's a quick overview of the Shotcut interface. I always use Google Documents in order to write my scripts. So I'm going to show you how to get there. You're going to be on the Google main page. And then in the top right corner where these dots are, that's where you're going to access Google Apps. You'll click on that. And we're going to go down to Drive, or you can scroll further down to Docs. But I'm going to start at Drive because there's something I want to point out about the Google Drive. This free drive is connected to your Google account. And over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that there is a total of 15 gigabytes available to you. That includes anything that you save on this drive, as well as anything that is in your inbox in your Gmail account. So keep that in mind. So the first thing we're going to do is create a Google document by clicking on New over here in the top left corner. I'm going to Google Docs, and it's going to launch a brand new blank document for me. So what I want to point out here is two things. Number one, if you've ever used a word processing application such as Microsoft Word, this is going to work almost identically to it. It's not quite apples to apples, but it's super close. So things like bold and italic, changing fonts and sizes, being able to zoom in and out, adding bullet points, indents, all of that jazz is available to you here in this quick bar and is basically the same as it would be in Microsoft Word or even like other applications. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Now, what I want to point out to you is this, the tool section. If you go in here, you'll see that there's something called voice typing. This tool has been a huge, huge help to me as somebody who likes to write their scripts the way they speak. So it's a little bit harder to type the way you speak necessarily, and this is a huge benefit. So I'm going to click on that microphone right now, and you'll see that it immediately starts to type out into text what I'm saying. And it actually does a really good job capturing what I'm saying. But what you need to know is that it doesn't capture any nuances. It doesn't put in any breaks for when I stop to breathe. There's no comments or periods or any punctuation marks, capital letters, etc. It doesn't often acknowledge when you're saying things like IHC. It might not understand IHC. It might say it differently, but of course, right now it's saying it perfectly. But the point is that this is an almost perfect representation of what I'm saying in text form. It's such a time saver and super, super convenient. So I'm going to stop recording myself there. But this is the number one tool that I use in relation to Google Documents and is a huge benefit to me with my YouTube channel. If you're interested in learning more about Google Docs and you'd like to have a deep dive with me, let me know in the comments. Canva is a graphic design application that is very popular right now. And it's also super simple to use, and they have a very useful and robust free tier. That's probably why it's so popular. But instead of giving you an overall overview, I want to show you a very important feature, which is their template section over here on the left. And also the search feature across the top, which is what I use like 99% of the time. And the reason I want to show you this is because their templates, the free ones, can be leveraged for you to build everything that you need to create your YouTube channel. Do you need a logo? If this is not an existing business that you're now building a YouTube channel on and you're starting from scratch and you need a logo like I did, come here to these templates and have a look around. There might be something that you like exactly as it is and you just want to tweak it and change the name and change the wording. Maybe you just like the outline and you want to change some of the colors. Just remember, if you see a crown, that's a premium feature that you have to pay for. But other ones, they're free and all of them are available to you for inspiration, even if they are not available to you because they are a premium feature. You could build it yourself on a blank template using elements. That's a more detailed type of deep dive that I'm not going to do in this type of video. But if you're interested in something like that for me, let me know in the comments below. But let's go back to the template. So this is how you would build your logo. Let's also look at how about a YouTube banner? Do you want to put a banner on your channel? You should. Everyone should. So have a look around. Look at, they have very minimal, some very bright and eye-catching. Do your thing, whatever blows your hair back. And the last thing I want to show you is just an overall YouTube thumbnail. Now, I use these templates all the time. I am constantly building another thumbnail for another video. And this is really useful. It helps me keep everything fresh, gives me ideas. It gives me opportunities to leverage skill sets that are not mine, that belong to actual graphic designers that I can use via these free templates because of Canva's awesome interface. So if you are not a graphic designer and you're trying to start a YouTube channel and you're worried about having to make all of these things, don't worry. Canva has templates that you can totally leverage. If you're interested in more of a deep dive, like I said before, on making a thumbnail or a banner or a logo, let me know in the comments. Those are the 3 apps I use the most to run my YouTube channel. But there are a lot of alternative apps out there that you can leverage if these 3 aren't your cup of tea. Now, let's chat a little bit about essential equipment. Listen, you really don't need a lot of fancy equipment to get started. A good camera or even a smartphone can work just fine. Invest in a decent microphone to ensure your audio is clear. And good lighting is also important. So try to film in a well-lit area using natural light or use inexpensive lighting options like ring lights.
As you grow, you can gradually upgrade your equipment. But for now, focus on leveraging what you have to the most of its capability. Make sure that you're using all of the tips and tricks that you can pick up online before you go and spend more money on more equipment, okay? Speaking in front of a camera can be intimidating at first, but don't worry, it gets easier with practice. Here are a few tips for overcoming camera shyness.
Number 1, practice speaking in front of a mirror or recording yourself without publishing the video. The more you do this, the more comfortable you'll become. Number 2, imagine you're speaking to a friend rather than a camera. It's a lot easier to have a chat than it is to remember a script. Number 3, start with short, simple videos to build your confidence. Slowly, you can make your videos a bit more detailed as you get more confident.
Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become.
Once you've recorded and edited your video, it's time to upload it to YouTube. Go to your YouTube channel and click on the upload button and follow the prompts to upload your video file.
When it comes to optimizing your video, make sure you create a descriptive and engaging title. Next, you're going to want to create a custom thumbnail. This will make your video more attractive and clickable. Then you're going to put some keywords into the first sentence or two of the video description. That'll help YouTube understand what your video is about and direct it to the right audience. Then add some relevant tags. They should be relevant to the video itself as well as to the overall channel. These will also help YouTube understand what your video is about and direct it to the right people. Then you're going to want to put them on a playlist. Your playlist will help people continue to watch your videos, and that's what you really want, people to be engaged in your content and keep watching. So put it on one playlist or more. But remember, more is better. Congratulations! You now have a solid foundation to start your own crafting YouTube channel. All you have to remember is to bring your passion and creativity and share it with the world. Trust me, you've got this. I just know you do. If you found this video helpful, please comment below because I'd love to talk to you. And don't forget to subscribe so that we can continue to get crafty together. Toodaloo!